One of the most common questions after people are done with the Clawbot mechanically is how to wire everything together so that you're able to make the robot move and download some code. Okay, so first you want to basically give the brain power. This is the brain. It's got all the ports here, it's got some ports here, this is the battery cable, this is an SD card if you need it, it's another port, this is a mini USB port, and you've got some more sensor ports here, and these are just little holes on the sides where you can connect into metal and whatnot. Okay, so you just get this guy in. Ideally you want to get it in first before you install it on any part of your robot, because if it's in a tight space it can be really hard to get this in and out, but once you get it in you don't really need to take it out ever unless the wire breaks or something. And so you connect it to your battery. You've got these little tabs to match up with, so just make sure to do that. Okay, so our battery has power, and well, look, it's turning on now. So yeah. And so I'm just gonna wire up our radio to it. This is the radio, and you need one of these wires. These, what do I call them? Telephone wire type things. See the camera focus. However long as your robot needs it, I'm going to use the shortest one so it can fit on the screen. And just plug it into any one of these ports. I like to plug it on the one on the side here so it doesn't interfere with anything usually, but it's usually just whichever one's closer, whichever one's easiest to do. You can see if it's connected, it's got the red lights going on, that means it's working properly. And when you're running a program, it'll start flashing and then you'll know that it's connected. And then you turn on your controller. Just press that button and you're good. So if you're just starting, you don't know how to program it, you can use the default drive program. This is the default drive program. And just click into it, and then it'll run whatever motors that are connected to the specific ports. If you click into the wiring, I believe it shows you which ones are which. So if you follow this, it'll give you a robot that's drivable to test and before you have a program. But after that, after you start writing, oh, I turned it off. After you start writing programs, you're gonna have to find a different way to run things. You're gonna have to, see this here? You have drive, and then you go to programs with the right arrow here. Click into it using A, and you click into it again with A, and you click run again to run the program. And just ignore what it says there, it's what I programmed it to do, and you might be able to do that in the future as well. Yeah, so, and now you want to download some code to your program. So how can you do that? So there's two ways to do it. You can plug this mini USB cable directly into the brain. It's on this side, I'm sorry. Make sure you click the right side. I know, like, this was really common in my life at least, but for some people you've never seen this. Will the camera focus on it? Or you've rarely seen it? You see there's a thinner part, there's a smaller part and a bigger part. Make sure to always line it up with the smaller and bigger part here, because you don't want to destroy this, because it just makes things really hard later on. Just plug it in and into your computer, making sure that both are on, and then you'll see when you open up VEX Code or VEX Code Pro V5, whatever it's called now, you'll see the thing light up in green. I'll be showing on the screen here, and that's when you know you hit the download button, the downwards arrow rectangle thing into it, and then you'll be able to download the code. Another way you can download wirelessly is you can actually plug this in to your controller and into your computer, into your computer, and then as long as this is connected, as the wire is connected to the controller, you'll be able to download code over and over again without really disconnecting anything. Sometimes you might see a little download error in red. That's just normal. Sometimes that code is just a little iffy, and so you just want to hit that download again button and it'll work fine, hopefully. If not, you might want to check all your connections and make sure they're connected properly to see what could be the problem.